Hey there, I'm Jen, and on my hand today I have the REV'IT Liberty H2O heated women's gloves. Now, what you really need to know about the Liberties is that these are the most protective winter gloves on the market, and they're bringing a lot of different tech and features. So we're going to review all that in just a second, but what I really want to drive home to you is that this is using a rechargeable 7-volt battery. So that means you don't have to worry about plugging into your bike or wires everywhere. It is a self-contained unit. Now, when we talk about all the different features that are built into the Liberty glove, I want to just point out it's a very serious winter glove. This is for the rider out there where just a regular insulating glove is not going to do it. You need that electrical heated system, and you also need all the different layers that are happening in here. So what I'm talking about is on the outer shell, you have a 3L soft shell and goat skin exterior, and on the inside, we have a lot of thermal properties happening as well. I'm talking about an Exkin reflective thermal layer that's going to reflect the heat of the electrical system back into the glove. There's a PrimaLoft 200F gold thermal layer also built into the glove, and a High-loft fur liner for a nice soft touch on your hand. On top of all those thermal properties is of course a waterproof liner as well. So REV'IT is using their Hydratex waterproof liner, so you're going to stay nice and dry and nice and warm in these gloves. But on top of all of that, there is a lot more protection built into this glove than we've ever seen in other winter gloves, especially in the women's market. So you're looking at a hard knuckle protector, a hard palm slider, even coverage on the exterior seam. For most winter gloves on the market, they kind of forego those extra protective features, so we're really impressed with everything we're seeing come into this Liberty glove. Now, of course, if you have a glove that has all the bells and whistles, it's gonna cost you a little bit more. So what you're looking at here with the Liberty H2O is $300 for the retail. Now, of course, that's gonna ship to you for free, and our price match policy is in place to guarantee you the lowest price available. All right, some notes about sizing. Right now I'm wearing a size extra small in the Liberty, and that's the size I would normally wear. So that's a true to size fit. Go ahead and order the size you would normally wear. All right, now before I dive into a full 360 overview of the Liberty gloves, I want to talk a little bit more about that heating element. This is the battery pack right here. So you can charge it with a micro USB like you do with a lot of other electronics, and this guy's going to be hidden into the cuff right here on the underside. And for this battery pack, it is a 7-volt. And it's going to run for about 8 hours on the lowest setting. Now you have 4 different settings you can choose from for the heating element in the glove. You can operate those with the button right on top here. Now I do want to point out, when you first turn on this battery pack, you have to hold that button for a really long time, and you have to wait until it flashes here on the glove. That was something that confused me at first, and it's a little bit of a nitpick of mine because it also has a power saving mode. Now that's good to save power in the battery pack, of course, but if you are riding and that thing powers off, in order to turn it back on again, you do have to access the battery pack. You cannot easily turn it on with just this button here. So, a couple little nitpicks there, but otherwise, really good solution to a heated motorcycle glove that doesn't have to plug into your bike. Something I really like about it. All right, so now that we've covered all that, let's go ahead and dive into the 360 overview of the Liberty glove. I'm going to start with the entry point. So we have a cinch pull tab here, elastic pull tab for your main entry point, and then you have your small of the wrist adjuster like we see on most gauntlet style gloves. Now, like I said before, this is where the pocket is for that battery pack. If you're not used to this, it is kind of bulky and kind of weird feeling, but I do think this placement is smart because obviously if it's anywhere else on the glove, it might impede with your mobility there. So this seems like the safest place for it, and that's where it's going to stow in there. Now, as we come to the top portion of the glove, you're going to see that 3L soft shell main exterior into play. Again, that is your hard TPU knuckle protector for protection on top. And here's your operation button, of course, that we talked about earlier. As we come into the glove, you got some reflective bits on the fingers, some accordion stretch panels for mobility. Would love to see that incorporated on the index finger as well. So hopefully in future iterations, we'll get that from REV'IT. As we come into the palm portion here, there is a goat skin leather palm, and it is a double layer system with what they call a digi-goat or texturized goat leather. So this is a high wear area of the glove. It's nice to have that extra durability built in. Now these gloves are touch tech capable. I've tested this out on my phone. Naturally, with a glove that's this insulated, it's always going to be a little bit awkward. So give yourself time to adjust to that when you're using your phone. Down here in the heel of the palm, again, that's a hard TPU palm slider. We don't see this in a ton of gloves, let alone a winter glove. So a really nice addition from REV'IT on that. And then here on the outer seam, you do have that extra patch of protection on the outside. This could be a very vulnerable point of the glove, so we do like to see that outer patch there giving you a little bit more protection. All right, so that's going to do it. That's your 360 overview of the REV'IT Liberty H2O heated women's gloves. Again, the biggest takeaways about this glove, it has that self-contained heating element built into it. It has all those thermal insulating properties we talked about earlier in the video, has that waterproof liner as well, and it's bringing some really superior protection for other winter gloves we see on the market. Now, if you have more questions, go ahead and hit the info button on your desktop or mobile device. It'll redirect you to the product page where you can see more product features and read some reviews from riders like yourself. If you have even more questions, give our customer service a call. They're going to be happy to help you find a pair of riding gloves that best suits your needs. All right, well, thanks for hanging out as we take a closer look at the REV'IT Liberty H2O heated women's gloves. I'm Jen. Keep it on 2.